It looks like it snowed, but it's just something coming out of the trees. It's pretty bizarre, but it's pretty at the same time. Hey everybody, so today our goal for our deck project is to measure and cut the 2x4s to frame out the last section of our deck, and we've been working on our stairs. So here's our 2x4s. So I'll let you know how we do, but it shouldn't be too time consuming to measure and cut these, and then that is something that is done and we'll be one step closer. So talk to you later. If you watched last week's vlog, you saw that we bought some chicken skewers that were marinated in Caesar salad dressing. So we have those on the grill today, and this is what it looks like. And the foil pouch is asparagus, so that's what we're having for supper. We met the goals that we set ourselves earlier, so we're pleased about that. We're debating on having a campfire tonight, not sure. It's gonna depend. I think Kirk's pretty tired, but I don't know what we'll end up doing. Alrighty, I will see you later. Okay, supper is ready. Here's a shot. That looks so good. I am totally ready to tear into it. The perfect complement to our grilled chicken, grilled asparagus, and cottage cheese is going to be a nice slice of watermelon. I love watermelon in the summertime. Can't wait to try it. Hi everybody. Well, today is a much different day than yesterday. It is gray and windy and much cooler. So I think it's a good day to start a new book. So I'm going to be starting The Girls in the Picture. And it is by Melanie Benjamin. And here's what the back cover says. It's 1914, and 25-year-old Frances Marion has left her second husband for the lure of Los Angeles, determined to live independently as an artist. But the word on everyone's lips these days is flickers, the silent moving pictures enthralling theatergoers. In this fledgling industry, Frances finds her true calling, writing stories for this wondrous new medium. She makes the acquaintance of actress Mary Pickford, whose golden curls and lively spirit have made her the world's first superstar and America's sweetheart. The two ambitious young women hit it off instantly, sharing a passionate fever to create, to move audiences to a frenzy, to start a revolution. But their ambitions are challenged by both the men they love and the limitations imposed on their gender. And their astronomical success will come at a price. Theirs is the story of a glittering new era, its myths and icons, its heartbreak and seduction, and its dazzling possibilities. So this is another historical fiction that is one of my favorite genres. So after Shiver, which was very good, this is a nice change of pace. So on this cool, rainy-ish day, I am going to read. So I will check in with you later. I hope that this book is good. Ollie's buyer usually gets people's books who have been on bestseller lists, so I haven't really picked up a book there that I haven't enjoyed. So as usual, I will let you know what I think of the book when I'm all finished. So Kirk is back from doing the laundry, and he brought me a present. He was at Tractor Supply and he came back with a ranunculus grow kit. It's in like a little milk jug. It is so cute. So I've read the instructions and I need to soak the media, and that is only like 10 to 15 minutes. But I'm supposed to soak the corns for 2 to 3 hours. So I am going to get those things started, and you can follow me through the process. I love these little kits. They're so easy to use, and my sunflowers came out beautifully. So let's do this. So I'm going to add these to my lukewarm water and soak them for 2 to 3 hours. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and get my media disc prepped. Okay, I'll let those do their thing, and we'll come back to this little potting project. Well, on this cool, windy day, we are having leftover corned beef and cabbage soup. I made a batch of this the first week we got here, and I froze half of it. So it was a nice, easy, simple, warming meal that we're going to have. Earlier, I planted the little plant that Kirk brought me from Tractor Supply, and while I was doing that, I decided to repot my strawberries because nothing has been happening with those, and the dwarf sunflowers came up so beautifully. So I repotted the strawberries. I did some reading. I'm just hanging out, and I will talk to you tomorrow, unless we do something super exciting tonight, which that probably isn't the case, but either way, I'll talk to you later. Bye. this is gonna last. The water is pouring down the road. It's making a little lake in the parking lot, so golly. Whew. Okay, tonight's culinary feast are cheeseburgers with grilled onions, and it smells so good. I cannot wait to take a big old bite of this. Bon appetit! Today I washed the deck that the shed is sitting on with bleach water in preparation for staining it. So it looks better than it did for sure. It definitely looks better than it did before. We're prepping supper right now. We're having scrambled eggs, sausage, some strawberries and oranges, and I think Kirk's having a bagel. So yeah, simple supper, long day. Gonna finish my book and I'll tell you about it later. We're finally having a fire in the fire pit, and I am super excited. Okay, well, I finished The Girls in the Picture, and it was really an interesting read. It followed the lives of two young women in the silent film era as it moved into talkies and their relationship. Now, the facts about the women and the facts about young Hollywood were all absolutely correct. Where this author pulled the fiction part of historical fiction in was the conversations between the two women, and I guess their relationship, how it evolved. This is a book about relationships, so I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. So The Girls in the Picture by Melanie Benjamin is what I've just finished, and I am about to start The Golden Couple. That's by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. And here's what the back cover says of this one. Wealthy Washington suburbanites Marissa and Matthew Bishop seem to have it all, until Marissa is unfaithful. Beneath their veneer of perfection is a relationship riven by work and a lack of intimacy. Marissa wants to repair things for the sake of their 8-year-old son and because she loves her husband. Enter Avery Chambers. Avery is a therapist who lost her professional license. Still, it doesn't stop her from counseling those in crisis, though they have to adhere to her unorthodox methods. And the Bishops are desperate. When they glide through Avery's door and Marissa reveals her infidelity, all three are set on a collision course, because the biggest secrets in the room are still hidden, and it's no longer simply a marriage that's in danger. So that sounds good, and I'm going to probably work on that today because I scrubbed the deck yesterday under the shed, and it needs a couple of days to dry before I can stain it. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna chill out and read. Have no idea what the evening has in store. Don't know what we're doing for supper or anything else for that matter. So I guess I'll just let you know if anything happens. Talk to you later. Well, we got our deck framed out, the last section. Our stairs are built. We just have to put on like front plates so they look nice from all sides. And then we will have everything ready. So that's exciting. So tomorrow we'll be drilling and pre-sinking and screwing the deck boards on and attaching the stairs, and our deck will be finished. So that'll be great. So here's our frame. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow when we are doing all that other stuff. Okay, we've been working on the deck, and we built the frame yesterday. We put down some deck boards and did some screwing down of those, and now we are attaching our stairs. So there are 2 brackets on the front and 2 brackets on the back. We will put the rest of the boards down and get those screwed into place, and then attach the second step. And then all that's left is some trim work. So we're doing a great job powering through this project today. I'm pretty excited. We just need our trim work now, and our deck is finished. So like I said, I'm absolutely thrilled. Just a little trim and we're ready to go. Nice, wide, safe stairs. Couldn't ask for anything more. We did a great job, and projects can sometimes be difficult for couples, but we got through this unscathed, so whew, what a day. But I feel very accomplished. We worked together really well. Kirk offered to take me to get something to eat, but you know what? We always go out on Saturday, so we're just staying in, and we're having Campbell's vegetable beef soup for supper. Yep. But the ice cream place that we thought was closing, today's their first day, so we may go down for a creamy later. If we do, I'll let you know. But I have ice cream here, so, and it might be really crowded their first day, because seriously, they announced that they were closing, and then somebody bought them. So they're just now getting open in mid-June, but you know what? Better late than never, because if there's one thing I love, it's a creamy, which is a soft serve ice cream cone, if you didn't know. Alright, I'll let you know if we get up to anything else today. I think I'm just going to be reading my book, but who knows? We'll see. So we did end up coming for ice cream, and I am so excited. The view's pretty great too.
What level are you
We're heading into Olive Garden for some lunch. I love Olive Garden. So excited. Okay, lunch was terrific, and now we are heading into Goodwill to see what we can find. So let's go find it. unknown reasons, we're just kind of stopped. So, yeah. But we went to Home Depot, Walmart, the hardware store, had lunch. All in all, it was a good day. We'll see if we ever get home, if the ferry starts moving again. So I will talk to you later. Okay, the ferry finally docked. We made it back to our RV park, and we just got, you know, some fungicide to put in stain for when I stain the deck that the shed is sitting on, and, you know, a spare paintbrush, some motor oil. Nothing exciting. The only exciting thing is this hummingbird feeder. How pretty is that? And some nectar. And I am going to find a spot to put up our hook and try and attract some hummingbirds. So, yeah. So that was our day out. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, it's all hung up. Now let's hope for hummingbirds.